Hello and welcome back to OpenTTD, the mighty company of Speedynet, which has everything. Trams, terrains, ships, aircraft, you name it, we have it. And we are once again looking at the insane meat factory of Ruborn. Which, well, of course there is a little bit of variance, but you can safely say that this is roughly producing 1,000 passengers per month. You think that's much, huh? I guess you know what's coming right now. Yeah, if we go, it's a bit up here, I believe, somewhere. Yeah, why don't I zoom out accidentally? Oh, that makes it easier to find though. If we take a look at the town of Little Braffing Hill, there is this even more insane meat factory. Look at this. It is producing 1,200 passengers, or even more meats. I don't know where this is gonna end, man. I thought that 600 was a lot, and then 1,000 was a lot, and then 1,200 is the next upper limit. I mean, honestly, this is just insane. And look at this. We are shipping them all off. Well, actually, we're bussing them all off, as the more accurate description would be. And even over here, I mean, 1,200 a month is a lot, but we still manage to ship them away more or less at a reasonable pace, right? Now, as the sharp viewers amongst you will have noticed, a lot, and I truly mean a lot of time has passed. It's almost World War II, although I think that, well, that era will safely pass us by and the lands will remain peaceful. But, yeah, that time has passed, and that wasn't because I accidentally let the game run it and then accidentally saved it. No, I have been very, very, very busy, and I did quite a few discoveries as well. One of which is that if we go to... where did we set up the airport? Yeah, over here in Brewtown. If we go to Brewtown Airport, you will see... no, that's the hangar, which is not what I want. You will see an issue that we have over here. That is way too many passengers. The problem is that our aircraft, they're just too small, really, It's like doing road vehicles in the early stages of the game where you only have the slow-moving horses. I mean, sure, that they do their job, but you just need so many of them. And the problem here is that, well, we only have one airport, that only one airplane at a time can land, and I've even gone as far as upgrading the airplanes that we do have. Because if you take a look over here, you will see that I did go for replacing the aircraft already with a better and faster type. It's slightly faster, but it can carry a lot more passengers. It's more expensive to run, but still, there is the issue that before this, I think we were using the Hadley Page type, this one, which was slow, and from all the other ones, we have faster ones, that's for sure, but they're smaller and we need more capacity. So this is the biggest one that we currently have, aside from the Zeppelin things, but still, it's kind of far from adequate capacity. And unfortunately, I don't think that there's anything we can do till we get much, much better, bigger, faster aircraft. I mean, they will come, but for the time being, that this is kind of like, well, we can't really get it any better than this. So, unfortunately, this is the state of our, well, aviation airline industry. It is way too small, not too good. Now, that's not what I've been doing for the past 5 years in this game. No, instead, what I've been doing, and I guess the best way to portray this is if we go to the vehicle list. Check it out. I thought that the better vehicles that we had would give us like 100 less vehicles, maybe 150. Turns out not to be the case. We are like 450 vehicles down in numbers. And that is because if we go to the available vehicles, wait, hold on a second. Why is it exactly? I don't know really. It's okay, I guess so. Well, anyway, the thing is that we even have 4 flatbeds. Still though, this gives me a good opportunity to show you that these, is the new batch of vehicles that we have gotten. These are the 40km/h vehicles that can carry 15 tons. Now, the largest gain we've gotten is from replacing the horses, and well, aside from these 4, which I think have escaped my notice, unfortunately, or well, actually, there are 11 of them, but these have escaped my notice, unfortunately. The thing is though, for the rest, we are only using the faster vehicles, and the thing is that before that we used like these, the ones that go 20km/h and could carry 1 ton more. These go twice as fast and carry only 1 ton less. They are better. Not only are they better in capacity, or well, in speed and thus in effective capacity, they're also cheaper. Look, 374 a year versus 750 a year. So, yeah, that's a big gain for us, That's like a huge cut down and reduction in numbers, which, well, I think that's quite an achievement. Did take an insane amount of time to set up, and you could say like, yeah, why didn't you just replace all of them and then cut down on the numbers? But certain lines needed more vehicles, even with the new capacities. Certain ones needed to be cut, and at some I might have made some errors setting them up, which I also corrected. So for the most part, everything should be, at least in terms of the road vehicles, should now be up to snuff and should be, well, set up right with the capacities and whatnot. So yeah, that took a lot of the time that I was playing. Another thing that I've done, which, well, is mainly over here. Just look at the amount of ships. We are now running a substantial amount of bigger ships, and even faster ones. These are new. These can carry 100 passengers. They're like a very good intermediary ship. If we just, there's one still there, we can sell that. No, but if you take a look at the list of ships, I mean, these are like our, Patrikos freighter. These are the big, well, with the big ones with in terms of carrying capacity for cargo. This was new, and this, in terms of passengers, it was like you had this one, which was slower. You had this one, which was slightly bigger but still slow. And then if you wanted like a fast ship, and I guess we should actually sort this by maximum speed and then go like this, you had these two, which were like really good, but in terms of passengers, I mean, they're like a substantial step higher. I believe this one can carry like 170. This one is like crazy high. And then there's this one, which can carry 300, and these all carry like, I don't know, just 60 or something, It says goods, but when you refit them to passengers, the numbers drop significantly. And there's this one, which is 300, and then there's this, 32, it's fast, at least as fast as it will go for the time being. And it can carry 100, which is actually pretty good. Now, I've been upgrading quite a few of these ships, and because we have set up mail services to everywhere, what you will see right now is that the Japanese character of our cities is kind of dissipated, and most of the towns have grown to the point where all of them now need petrol. As a result, we have an insane amount of passengers everywhere, and it's actually starting to become difficult to ship them all away. If you take a look at our stations list, for example, and we go to the docks, you can see that there's quite a few of them that have insane amount of passengers. Now, these two, the Brewtown docks and, Well, the other city, I mean, this is the one with the aircraft. We know that we have issues over here because of said reasons. But this is all down to towns growing and, well, us just lacking the capacity to really handle all of it. Now, I have set up bigger boats for most of these dock stations. So, in time, except for the one with the aircraft once again, in time, this will go down, supposedly. Well, actually go down. It will probably be moved to other harbors, docks or stations. And then, you know, the build-up will be there, but so long as we just, you know, every now and then do a rundown over here and adjust the capacities, at some point we will hit equilibrium, and then we should be good in terms of passenger movements. You know, we should have all the capacities we need everywhere. So there's that. Another thing I've noticed is, and I think it's best displayed, where was it now? There was I believe it was over here. Yeah, I believe it was over here indeed. Over here we had 14,000 something farm supplies, right? Well, as it happens, that is too much. And what I didn't know, but apparently it works like that in the game, is that whenever there is farm supplies being delivered, like there's 25 right now, the next load's coming in. These 25 will just be at the back of the pile. The ones coming in fresh will be in front of the pile, and they will also be the first picked. So it's a, well, how should I say it? Last in, first out, LIFO system? I guess that's the way it works. The effect of that though, and that took me by surprise, is that if you take a look at the Inca or the cargo payment rates and we disable them all and we go to farm supplies, you can see that there's a declining line. Now this only goes to 200 days, but the farm supplies that we had over here were way longer than 200 days on the station. I think the earliest ones might have had 20,000 days. Nah, but 2,000 is realistic. Now, imagine this line just going down, extend this by 10, and the line will go below 0. And as a result of that, you know, once you start actually working through the backlog of farm supplies that we have over here, this is our farm supply vehicle. There's only one. We don't need more. If you take a look at his profits though, it has run a minus 17,000 profit. Yeah, I know that's not good, but still, you know, that's one of the reasons why, well, why the profit of them is so low. Now, another reason for that, it could be, and I don't know if that's true yet, I still have to kind of like discover that, but over here the farm supplies are piling up consistently. So what I think that's happening, and I'm not entirely sure on that, but what I think that's happening is that you know, for each farm supply, the moment it leaves the factory, then the time in the graph over here starts ticking. Even if it's shipped to another station, that doesn't reset the timer. So, you know, the ones over here with the backlog on it, they will also have negative profits attached to them. If we then take a look at our operating profit graph, this has a special reason. I'll get into that in a moment, but I believe it was over here or over here that I actually, you know, that I upgraded all the supply vehicles, and then we started working through the negative profit backlog of our farm supplies, and thus the profits dropped, which is, yeah, kind of bad. Now you might be wondering, wow, what caused this? I'll tell you what caused it. We take a look to our roundabout station. You can see clearly now that it is working just fine. However, that wasn't, at some point it clogged up. I think it was just a matter of unfortunate timings, but I was worried, man. I was like, oh no. Has everything ground down to a halt? I mean, this is like the spider in the web for all of it, you know. This produces the supplies that keeps everything running at gung-ho quadruple. That kind of like makes our profit explode, and yeah, that ground it down to a halt. You know, everything was waiting for everything, so I had to kind of like manually start that one again. And one of the issues that I had, or that caused it actually, is the fact that we upgraded this station, added more trains, but stupid me forgot that I have all the refit setups over here. So I had, just cloned the train a few times. And that, because, well, if you take a... I don't think this is a good example though, but... Yeah, this is the worst example actually. No, but if we take a look at like these, you can see that there's like an equal division of trains, which I had set up for each and every depot. But if I just start cloning one train that goes to one depot, it's off balance, and thus that leads to pileups, and thus that leads to pretty much a halt of the whole roundabout. So that's what happened. That's why we have this, well, pretty much almost near vertical fall of our profits. I did restart it and we did get back out of it, and even though, I mean, we were at like 25 million at the heights of our profit, we're slightly below that right now. And I believe that is mostly because with the new vehicles, with everything being set up proper right now, we're kind of working through a backlog, and there is a backlog on a few places actually. Where is it? Because I'm gonna show you the backlog that we have. I believe this is one of them. There's only 2 million right now. There was a little bit more. We are starting to, this was more. They were both in 2000s in terms of oil that was waiting. Here there is a little bit more of an issue. There is a backlog here. 14,000, well actually 14 million, but those 3 zeros, I mean they're always zeros, but yeah, 14,000 liters or units of oil. Yeah, that's a backlog. Now, of course, I have added a few trains, like these 4 are new, which is pretty much almost a doubling of the capacity. So in theory, and this was 16 million, so it should be dropping down. But yeah, that's negative profit waiting for us to happen. However, this is far worse. You think that 15 million is a lot, right? Hello, new Breffingfield train station. Hello, 110,000 tons of coal. Yeah, I know, this is bad. The good thing about coal is that if we check out the graph, this can go far further. I mean, I honestly think that if, coal's laying there for 4 years, it still makes a tiny bit of profit. The farm supplies or the engineering supplies, on the other hand, they go down there. This goes down, well, off the screen, far off the screen. So, it's not as bad, but still, it is bad. So, yeah. Now, the problem that we have over here is I've added quite a few more trains to this, right? The problem that we have over here is that we're starting to run into the maximum capacity that these tracks can handle, especially that the station can handle over here. We might want to add like another set of, another 2 lanes of station, then make everything here 3 lane. I mean, well, it's a thing. We could do it. I mean, I don't doubt that. We could do it. The problem is, how are we going to divide it over here? Well, actually, we have 8 divided by 3. Now, that ain't gonna work out. So, we could go with 9 and then just cut off 1, cut off this one and then divide it by 3. I think that's what we're gonna have to do, if I'm honest. So, but that would mean a massive rework of this entire route, basically. But yeah, just you're not mistaken, you're not dreaming. Pinch yourself in the arm. This is real. It's bad, I know. We have also added another ship here. Now, I don't know which one it actually is. Which one's new? I believe I called it the Siren's Hall. So we got the Big D, the Bracken, the Maelstrom, the Siren's Hall, and Arborage. Arborage, or whatever, however you pronounce it. Now over here, it's not bad, I mean, sure, the supplies are building up, but that's something that we can work on later. The thing that's bad though is the fact that over here we don't have enough capacity to haul it all away. Speaking about capacity, and by the way, I mean, I'm noticing it, you know, significantly, but 400 less road vehicles makes the game run significantly smoother. So yeah, you know, that was a really big win for us. Still, I think that we could, you know, say for example, at some point we get vehicles that go 80 kilometers an hour and can carry 30 tons, which would mean effectively, you know, a double, well, actually, if we get vehicles that go 80 kilometers an hour with the same cargo capacity, that's double the, you know, the effective capacity, because they go twice as fast. If we get vehicles that and go faster and can carry more and go over the you know, the ×2 better factor, we could even reduce the amount of vehicles significantly. Although, having said that, there are quite a few mines out there right now that only got like one vehicle running to it, and then another supply vehicle, or maybe 2 vehicles. I mean, there's still a big reduction, well, that we can make, but it will be less big, you know. I don't think 400 is something that we'll achieve again. But, well, you know, maybe we could get another 250 off. I mean, yeah, assuming that we won't use them anymore ever from this point onwards. I mean, yeah, you know, I think we're talking realistic figures over here, so... Yeah, now anyway, we're looking at Prindingbury Mixed Farm Station, which seems to be operating just fine, but in reality it's not really operating just fine. I've seen traffic jams over here. This is not working as well as it should. Same over here. There is still a traffic jam over here. And that's actually a thing, you know. This is a pretty... Well, look at this, by the way. We have completely worked through the backlog that we have over here. There was a lot more waiting here too, and we have worked through most of it. Mind you, the ones over here, these are still in a bit of a bad way, you know. We still need to, well, add more to this, but yeah, no, it's so far it's working out. This one's actually, well, you know, over here we have one that's 720 and one that's 400. This one's like 600 and 360, so it's slightly lower, and that's why the amount of coal waiting there is also slightly lower, but yeah. Now, the thing that I was getting at is that over here, you know, this, well, and I'll zoom out to display it better. Basically, this over here leading all up to the station kind of isn't really working. We need more capacity, and what I've been thinking is that we should upgrade these tracks to 4-lane. Then over here we should have it 3 lanes, and over here we should have it 4 lanes. 4 lanes. 4 lanes, you heard that right. That is insane. I also don't even know if I can realistically possibly even fit this in here in a nice and tidy manner, but we're gonna have to try. Also, over here, definitely do we want to upgrade it. We want to upgrade the tracks, basically, well, from this junction onwards to be double lane, and then all the way over here, which with this row or this wood setup that we got, because these tracks are only for this station over here. With the wood setup that we got going, we probably even want this to be like, wait, hold on a second, where do you think that you're going? Okay, so hold on a second, why exactly are you coming from this direction? If this is the way where you need to go, then you should not even be here. You should be on the tracks that go there. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I don't see why it has to be like this, but oh well. Yeah, so anyway, you know, this would be 3 lane for a small bit, and this whole junction, it's already difficult. We're gonna have to make it a whole lot more complex and difficult, but I'm sure we'll manage. So yeah, there you have it. Now, there is one more last thing that we have done. You know, aside from just upgrading stuff, I mean, we have a lot of these ships as well right now. Let me just show you the list of the ships. If we go to the passenger ships big, which is the ones that have them in employ, look at them, look at them. See, these are all the ships that we now have in service over there. I think that's great. So, no, but the one last thing that I've done is kind of to experiment and see how it would all work is over here. This is our only petrol making facility at the moment. We do have one other oil refinery in service, but for the time being it's only producing chemicals, you know, with our whole scrap metal setup over here and whatnot. Over here, because this is the only petrol generating part, and this town, Bunfing Bridge, needs petrol, and I was like, alright, let's see if and how we are going to get the petrol to the town. I've built a petrol station over here. It is in range of the station. I just started delivering it. And look, see, we are now. This town, it is growing. And now there is no limit to it. There is absolutely no limit to how big this can grow. Though, assuming that this will just continue growing, at some point it will probably say, alright, now we need food. That's just my assumption. I mean, I don't see why else these would be here, but you know, that's just to add a little bit more complexity to it. For the time being though, we got the petrol situation covered. And well, I think that the only logical next move in our passenger endeavors is to start distributing this petrol to the towns that need it. But I don't know, I want to fix up our network first, because in all honesty, you know, this section over here needs a massive overhaul. Same for this over here, the 110,000. I mean, this is just insane. It really is insane. This is beyond what we need. So yeah, we're gonna need to upgrade it, and we probably want to upgrade stuff over here as well. We probably want to make this all 3-lane, as it is already quite busy. Unfortunately, we cannot upgrade this station any further. There's a town in the way, but I think we, for the time being at least, we should be doing good. Yeah, we're delivering all the stuff over here. We're probably gonna have a few more chemical trains coming in, as the lime kiln over here. Well, you know, with the added coal that's coming in, we are seeing more chemicals being produced, and that is even without any stone being brought over here. So, yeah, about that. Now, one thing that I have been considering is that if we're also going to ship off all the farm supplies from over here, and all the chemicals, and bring in all the stone, and also have the stone be gung-ho quadrupled, I know this is a very big station, and it won't be enough probably. So what I'm already considering is adding a second station next to it that will at least take care of the farm supplies. So that will be on its own different subnetwork, but no, not subnetwork, at least the station will be different, but yeah, this is big. So that's on the agenda for today. We're not going to be doing any passenger upgrades and whatnot, but just, you know, just to give you an impression, all these towns, well, this is actually still growing, it doesn't need any petrol still, but yeah, all the towns near the water, I mean, they're all like, you know, in the thousands right now in terms of population. It's all, it has been growing and growing and growing and growing, and it's growing ever still. So yeah, you know, bringing mail to the cities, we're growing them right now, and they're becoming big, you know, to the point where, yeah, at some point we're gonna need to start introducing petrol to the cities. I kind of, you know, at the one hand, I kind of like it. At the other hand, oh wait, no, that's a bad example. But if we take a look at like this over here, this really has a Japanese look to it, you know. But for some reason, all the towns that we're growing currently kind of lose that Japanese look, you know. It's all becoming I mean, look at this. This to me says England. Wow, there's even... Hold on a second. So apparently this is accepting petrol on its own? No, it wouldn't. No. See, it doesn't accept it. It says over here though, it's selling petrol that it doesn't have. We got a scam over here. New Beffingfield scammers. They sell lemonade as petrol. Yeah, alright. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. Quite busy, as you can see. Now, as for the profits, you know, the ones over here, I'm sure we'll get this, you know, above the 26 million at some point, but yeah, we need to work through our backlogs and improve our network to be able to do so. And I think the first thing we should do is make sure that we are able to get rid of these 110 tons of coal. So we should upgrade this part of the network of the station first. So yeah, you know, it's been said, let's get that going, shall we? Oh my good lord. The 462 Streamliner goes at a whopping 185 kilometers an hour. Wow. Honestly, wow. That actually makes me want to check a thing here real quick. I think it's better if I just click on a depot here. I want to check one thing here. These are all our engines, by the way, and yeah, I actually forgot to touch upon this, but we got a few new ones, one of which is actually not bad. This is the Texas engine. It is powerful, it goes fast, and it is reliable. This is one of the things that I'm seriously considering upgrading a lot of our trains to. It is expensive to run though, especially when you compare it to the Atlantic, but honestly, it just gives you so much more bang for your buck. The mallet, of course, is the king in pulling power and is also slow. This one looks fancy, but it's really fast. The problem is it's just so unreliable. Whereas this one is actually a lot more reliable. Well, a lot. It's 6%, but that 6% could really make the difference, and it's cheaper. Now though, we get the Streamliner, which I believe from the looks of it should be, I don't know really, I think it should be in this set, but I'm not even really sure. We also got this one, a new electric engine that's quite fast, but as you can see it is unreliable, which makes this one just all the better really. I mean 99% that this is still the uncrowned king. Wow. This one is the one that I was looking for. This is another new electric engine. So incredibly unreliable. And you might think like, oh, but this is designed really late. No, it is not. It is June 1937. This is like 3 years old and it's still unreliable. It won't get better. But I just wanted to point this out. We are getting faster locomotives. However, look at this. This is our passenger car and our mail car. These, I believe, are the fastest ones we have available. And they can't go fast enough to actually, use the full speed that this locomotive is displaying. Now we do have these, and these do not have a speed limit, so perhaps we are indeed better off using these ones, as there is no speed limit imposed. Well, that actually might not be such a bad idea to start using these for this one. Alright. Anyway, we're not gonna take it, so there we go. I will be continuing to upgrade them tracks over here. why exactly are you not going to any of these station lanes that were pretty much all empty right now? I don't know, I have a feeling that perhaps this might be too complex for the game to calculate. Look, see? It could go easily to any of these empty station lanes. So what we're gonna do, and I've seen it with the roundabout there as well. Sometimes, you know, the pathing signals kind of run into their limits. Which, I mean, well, you know, it's not, you know, the most advanced pathfinding algorithm. So, you know, I can kind of see why that would happen, you know, especially with things going as complex as we're making them. So I think that this is for the better. I think right now they will be able to just go wherever they need to. So yeah, I'm still a little bit undecided about whether or not we should make a switch over here. Say some trains are waiting here and this is empty, perhaps we could add more. Well, for exactly this reason over here that we currently have. Maybe we should not have these tracks here. That's just a maybe. I think that's for the better, because the trains will always try and go for these lanes over here if they're empty, even if they're from this side, because they're the closest. So yeah, I think it's for the better if we just leave these to be closed. Right. Okay, I think that this was a successful upgrade. The capacity that we have right now though is still in dire need for even more upgrades. So you know what we'll do? We will use these new and fresh depots and we shall add even more trains. I think adding another 4 isn't a bad idea. I mean, when we started, it was at 110, now it's at 112. That means that we don't even have enough, and, well, as you can clearly see, there is an absolute crazy amount of trains running this trajectory by now, so... I also see some bad signal placements over there. Right, that should be fixed. One thing that we should consider over here actually is if we just go to take a look at the locomotives and we take a look at the pulling power, that's 281 and it doesn't really go that fast. This one has significantly more pulling power, can go the same speed if not even a little bit faster, it's just a little bit more unreliable. I mean, the fact that these pretty much don't break down, that's a huge thing for me, you know. These trains will keep running. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll leave them electric for now, you know. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, these engines that we currently got, they're huge for us, you know. They're really good. Also, if you don't mind, I will make you a normal signal. Right, so... Oh wow, we actually have one that is broken down. Wow. Yeah, I believe that some of them are actually from the earlier days actually, where these were not as reliable. And I think that the reliability they have is from the moment you buy them. So... Also, I think I right now decided on whether or not we should build a switch over here. I think we shouldn't. I think for now this is working just as it should really. So yeah, I don't think we need to get a switch there. Still, the amount of coal here, huh? Oh man, I just hope that it will start dropping quite fast here, because honestly, there is a new boat coming and it is unloading. However, so long as there's always like 2 or 3 trains loading over here, they load significantly faster than these ships can unload. I mean, just take a look at what they have. You can see that it goes by 20, whilst these trains, they can unload significantly faster. Oh well. Alright, well, that's that taken care of. Hopefully, that should... we also need more chemical trains over here, man. Oh, this is bad. I might have forgotten that. Oops, whoopsie daisy. Also, this is actually another thing. What I think we should do is to further utilize even these last few tracks of the station. I think we should add an extra tunnel, which would go up to over here. Or yeah, look at this, see? And they can barely even get up there. Yeah, I think we should definitely have an extra tunnel. So that's what we're gonna add as well. An extra tunnel to distribute the load, and we'll have that hook up over here. Alright, I think that this should work out in theory. It's just that, well, you know, a lot of trains are currently unloading and trying to stick to their schedule and whatnot, and that is kind of causing some buildups of trains over here. But luckily we have made quite a few switches so that even if there's waits and pileups, we can still have trains kind of like skipping over a track so they can, well, you know, sort of get to another free lane, which, as you can see right now, is working out quite well, as well, as a lot of trains are out doing just that. This, though, is kind of unwanted, if you ask me. I don't like all of these trains crossing all the way to the outer track, if I'm really honest. So we are going to remove this one and probably just have the line go straight there. Oh, that's gonna be bad. That's gonna be bad. I just saw the error that I made. I need to be really... Alright, good, good. It made the turn there. For a moment I thought that it would just crash into the other one straight away, but luckily that didn't happen. So also, we then don't want this track there, because that will just cause the same behavior, which we don't want. So yeah, that's looking more like it. Right, good, good, good. Well, hopefully right now this station will be able to handle the very large amounts of trains that are coming in. One last thing that we need to do, kind of get another chemical train out there. So I see that we got them running over here. We will add 2 more to handle all the chemicals. Good. Well, that's this big operation done. I think in the end that it's quite successful, if I may say so myself. I think that we, in theory, should be able to handle the large amounts of coal that we need to ship over here. And hopefully, once we come back to check in on this one, there is less than 110,000 tons of coal there. You know, that's just my hopes. Also, you have engineering supplies? Yeah, you have. They probably just unloaded from this train and it was just too late to pick them all up. Well, well. Alright, okay, next part of the operation is over here. As you can see, traffic jams do exist over here, but the reason why they are here is beyond me. Still, Yeah, I think we should start out with them exit tracks over here, make them all 3 lanes. So that's what we're gonna start out with. We're gonna start out with the exit tracks, and then once those are all sorted, then we start with the entry tracks. Same as we did over here. Start with the exit, so that at least runs smoothly, and then you can start increasing the amount of trains that actually come in the station. So yeah, let's cross the pond here and let's get that sorted, shall we? Alright, I think that we have at least over here successfully cleared out any traffic jams that we did have, you know. I think we've done excellent. And this very, oh wait, no. We did almost excellent. Yeah, now it's a lot better. Same there. We don't need unnecessary redundant signals. And you might have noticed that at times, you know, I try to clear them up as well when I kind of have like these signals that are just like, you know, I do a whole stretch and then I find like 2 on the same tiles. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's a little bit overkill, if you ask me. Also, what we should do is see that we, well, at least get a depot out here, but also get one like over here on this side. Yeah, there should definitely be a depot, so let me quickly add those. But then we come to the more difficult and arduous task of setting up the extra line for the... Whoa, game. For the northern section over here, which is also needed, but is going to be a hell of a lot more difficult to pull off. We're gonna try and see that we make that happen all in a good fashion, but... Well, actually, coming to think of it... Oh wow, look at us getting new trains offered over here. Also a pretty interesting one, and you know, I hope for this one that it will be really reliable. If that's the case, then we got ourselves a new go-to one, as it's decently powerful, but has a very high top speed. Anyway, yeah, so how exactly is this running? Because I see this track, which actually comes from over here, which will only have the wood trains on it. Yes, but there will also be the wood and the coal, which come on from this track, which go through this tunnel, which do not join up, fortunately. But it will contain all the trains with coal that need to go over here. See, what I'd ideally have is this to be 3-lane. Oh man, that is anything but easy. However, I do think we can do that. If we make this 3-lane though, over here the entry should be 4-lane, you know, because I don't feel like having a merge that will cause traffic jams. So we're probably best off to make this a 4-lane, and we can do so. It will, you know, then when we do that, at that point the throughput limitations are on the station, as we can untangle this one, you know, add a 4th track to it, but then it's really down to how fast can the trains depart and how well can they unload. Also, if we do that, we can then get a 4-lane exit track, for which we do have the space. We just need to rework the whole thing, which should also greatly increase the throughput that we will see over here. First though, let's get a depot out here quickly, and then we will worry about these trivial things. Well, they're not trivial, but we will worry about them then afterwards. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have done the impossible. Well, actually, if it was impossible, we wouldn't have done it. But I think we have done the thing close to impossible. We have an actual freaking 4-lane junction over here. This has gone big, and it has gone big quickly. Really, really quickly, in fact. Now, so quickly that I am not even sure. Oh wow, am I seeing this right? Are the ships that we currently have in service not even going to be enough? Really? Oh, and look at this! Finally, and really finally, we're starting to get rid of this coal. It only took us like forever, but yeah, no, it was the upgraded station. That was the one thing that we really needed. Over here... well, what can I say? Like, you know, still this lane over here remains to be unused. It's not ideal. Definitely it is not ideal. One way we could remedy... Nah, there's one unused station lane. Perhaps it will come in handy for once we have like... oh yeah, we need more chemical trains as well, man. No, but perhaps this one unused station lane will come in handy once we start ferrying in stone. Perhaps we wanna get onto that, you know, from this side, but for the time being, I mean, if I'm honest, you know, we're starting to see max capacity over here, really. Most of the station lanes actually get used pretty frequently. I mean, just look at the flow of trains that just keep pouring in over here, you know. It's crazy. It absolutely is crazy. Still, there are some traffic jams here and there. And I don't know, man. Is it like, I mean, why there is... Oh no, there's actually not a free lane. Yeah, I thought for a moment there that because our exit is not symmetrical to our entrance, I thought for a moment there that this was free, but of course it doesn't work that way, no. Yeah, perhaps the exit tracks actually could do with some work, you know, considering... Maybe, maybe not. We'll leave it at this for now. But in all honesty, I really do think that finally we are on top of our game once more. As well, the station's bigger, the amount of coal is decreasing, and over here, pretty much all the traffic jams that we did have, they're kind of resolved. Especially over here, this 3-bridge solution that we have going over here. I mean, that's just so useful right now. You know, I mean, I know that for the best we should have like a tree-like design where, you know, each lane can get to anywhere. But in all honesty, we don't need that now, do we? Now, I think that this is the best, you know. These are the main 2 lanes, and once they're used, there will be an overflow over here. I think that is the better solution. But really, the flow of trains, the flow of traffic, It's a wonderful sight to behold. And look at this, the mines are still producing and we are just being able to ship everything away. I think that is a testimony to how good we are running things. Absolutely. Just, you know, and this is just purely for my own, yeah, look, we are actually even taking away all the coal over here with good ratings to boot. What we're not doing is taking away all the coal from over there though. It's a shame I don't really remember how much coal we used to have there, but I do know one thing, that we're gonna add one more vehicle there. That's all looking very nice, very good. Same for this one over here. You know, this is purely for my own thing. I mean, I kind of know that they're fine, but with our new tracks now laid out, you know, I'm just curious. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. And there's the meat factory, the Slut Hatton meat factory. The original meat factory. Now, over here, there is a point to be made for the fact that we might want, you know, 4 lanes all the way over here as well. But in all honesty, do we really need it? I kind of feel like we don't, so I'm not really going to make this all 4 lane just yet. Oh yeah, this is definitely decreasing. We had 15,000 waiting over here. Now it's 6,000, so yeah, that's definitely looking better. This also was a lot more, so that's slowly decreasing, which is just perfect. And then over here, this is also decreasing, but ever so slowly, really. We are hauling away all the coal though, so... well, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, conclusion of this all is that we now finally have all the coal trains in place and the infrastructure to actually haul this insane amount of coal. And just look at this ocean over here. Just look at the big sail ships and the big Patricky freighters. Everything is just running like a charm. I like it a lot. I think we have done great today, and well, with this last move, we are ready to focus on what we were doing before, and that is actually seeing to it that we increase our passenger services. But that and more will all have to wait for next time when we play more OpenTTD.